Doesn't look like I'm broadcasting. Or if I, well, maybe I am. Hey, Tubies. Well, can you open up YouTube? Hey, Tubies. This is Psychic Bob. We're having major tech problems tonight. So I don't even know if we're on the air, but we're going to check this scene out. Hopefully we are. I got to open up the chat window here, see if you guys can see me. It looks like there is, again tonight, third-party interference in our show. Oops. Hold on a second. It looks like I'm live. There are 4 people watching. So it says, hold on, let me open our show. Okay, we are broadcasting. Lady Angela's with us via phone, but Lady Angela, my phone battery's about to go down, so I don't think I can keep you on here. All right, we'll talk later. I'll call you. Thanks. Bye-bye. Guys, well, I am so sorry. We are having major problems tonight. There is a third party who will remain unnamed who is sabotaging our broadcast. So, Lord Tony is away tonight. Lady Carol's away. And I have no ability right now to link anybody into the show. Lady Angela is going to be with us, but I cannot get her in. And we're getting notices from Google that the broadcast invitation links are all being canceled and redirected. So here we are, but it's good to be with you. It's Sunday night and want to wish all of you a happy Easter. Looks like we got a number of people over here in our chat room. There's Sherry Dattilo here. Terrell Surname's here. Mama Bird's here. Meerkat Cage is here. Kathy Private's here. Dark Magician 09 is here. Christian Druid 1313 Clifton's here. Hobo Joe's here. Yay. Meerkat Cage is here. Oh my gosh, Jennifer Croxton's here. So good to see all of you. Well, I tell you, our plans for the show tonight have gotten all messed up. But I did want to spend a little time with all of you, just to, first of all, let you know that I'm with you and send you our greetings. For those of you who celebrate Easter, I hope that you're having a blessed and happy Easter. And, you know, tonight I want us all to remember the horrible tragedy that has happened in Sri Lanka. For those of you who may not heard, there were a number of bombs that were set off at Christian churches, and over 200 people have been killed. They don't know who's behind it yet. It is an act of terrorism. You know, hi, VJ Drive. I can see you. VJ Drive says they can't see me chatting. You might want to refresh your screen. Sometimes that will help with the chat, okay? Hi, Dark Magician. Thank you so much for your greetings. Appreciate it. Thank you, Christian Druid. And anyways, yeah, hi, Melanie Miller. Good to see you. But yeah, there has been a terrible attack today on the Christian churches. They're not saying who did it. I have my suspicions, but I'm going to stay silent on that for right now. But right now, let's think about all the victims, those who are suffering. You know, we want to send out our blessings, our greetings, our love to them, you know, because, you know, I always say it doesn't matter what your religion is. If you're seeking a higher power, you're a blessed soul. You know, you really are. And unfortunately, many people in the world get hung up on, you know, religious names or titles or dogmas. And they forget that really there's one divine essence from which all life has come. The Lord and the Lady, you know, in traditional Wiccan teachings, they say that the Lord and the Lady, ultimately, even they are one. So there is one reality. And as many churches say, there's one God. I think ultimately that's true. You know, we could think of the divine as a giant diamond. Lady Angela always says this, and it's got many facets on it. And some people see the divine through one of the facets and another through a different, but it's the same light, you know, coming through, you know. And hey, VJ Drive, glad you got your chat working. Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for your Easter greetings. Hi, JP Panda. Good to see you. And Ashley McKenzie's here. Yay. All right. Well, for those of you who are just tuning in, we are running late tonight. major problems here. My channel is being targeted by certain powers that be, that's all I'll say, to block my broadcasting ability. It's a miracle that I got this far with it tonight, but unfortunately, my ability to appear on other people's shows as well as to invite people on my show has been blocked. And I have confirmation from Google that a third party is intervening to cause this, but they don't seem to be able to trace it or to get to it or stop it. So not a good situation. But you know what? At least you got Psyche Bob for a little while tonight. And I got to tell you, I've been working on a new painting today. And I thought maybe you'd like to see my new painting. Would you guys like to see that? Okay. It's still actually drying a little bit, so I hope I can pick it up without messing it up. But this is my new painting, and it's called Gold Plasma. And it's an abstract minimalist work done in metallics. And it's made to look like plasma, like flowing lava or plasma. You guys like that? So there you go. There's my newest painting. I tend to love to paint in an abstract style, an expressionist style. And I've been really excited about my new artworks I've been working on. And I thought you guys would enjoy seeing this. It's very reflective, actually. I got a studio light in here, which actually shows it off nicely. If you look closely, you guys can see the texture work in it. How you like that? So anyways, I'm going to be showing you more artwork throughout the coming weeks. I'm really on a production roll right now with my artwork and having a great time doing it, I tell you, you know. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. There's a Melanie, thank you. Dark Wine, thank you, welcome. G-Dog, thank you. JP Ananda, you'd buy that, thank you. I'm actually probably, this is kind of a small test sample. I'm probably going to make even larger ones. I may probably redo this sort of theme in different sizes because I'm really enjoying it. And each one will be unique because the texture work is all hand done. So it's not like a standard thing that I just do every time. It's going to be unique. So if you guys like gold plasma and are interested in seeing more, I'll have more of that. So, hi, Mercat Cage. Thank you for your Easter greetings. Hi, T Rose Lover. Welcome. Happy spring. Thank you. Happy spring to you as well. Let's see. Hi, another Gypsy Soul. Thank you so much. Hi, Don Chance. Hi, Don. How long does it take? It actually takes several days to do one of these paintings because I have to do it in multiple layers. I may do a video showing how I do this. It actually is done in multiple layers of different textures of paint. So it takes me several days, about 4 days to do one canvas. But I just did the final layer tonight on this, and it's pretty much dry. So, you know, but I'm glad you're here. Hi, oh, there's Pure Grace. Hi, Kat, good to see you. Welcome. Hi, Tika's here. Yay, okay, well, we got a lot of the old crew back here. There's Gab. Gab, you're here all the way from London. Hi, Gab. Let me just give you an update. My channel is being attacked tonight by a third party who I cannot name at this time. They've blocked my ability to transmit to other people, to bring in people into my show or join other shows. So Lord, Tony, Lady Angel, the whole crew cannot be here because I'm blocked from bringing them into the broadcast. So that's all I can tell you right now. So it's just me. I'm amazed that they're actually letting me broadcast. That's a miracle in itself, you know. Hi, Melissa. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. I love you too, darling. Thank you. Hi, Tika. Yeah, Tika says she has acrylic paint and small canvases and would love to try it someday. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm going to show you more. We'll have more on painting. That'll probably be like a Friday video when we do our, you know, free-for-all Friday. We may have some, you know, more on art and paintings. Because, you know, here at Spiritual, I love to do something different. And, you know, I say it, and it's really true. Painting is a spiritual practice. It's a form of channeling. Because to really be a great painter, you have to go deep within your soul. And when you go deep within your soul, you find amazing things. And so that's where I paint from, you know. Um, so yeah, so we'll have more about that. Okay. Kimmy D says that they like to work with mixed media. Yeah, I'm exploring that as well, you know. It's interesting. Today I watched a documentary on Andy Warhol. Any of you guys know who he is? I used to love Andy Warhol. And well, I still love his works. I mean, he's in the spirit world. I still love it, but you know, he was a great, lot of fun. His stuff in the late '80s was really very beautiful, very cutting edge. He did series of like abstract, where a lot of people know Andy Warhol didn't just do soup cans. He did a number of abstract works as well. And I'm a big abstractionist, but I like pop art too. And lately, I've been into the neo expressionists. And I showed this the other day, but for those of you who didn't see it, this is one of my favorite artists. It's a print by him, Jean-Michel Basquiat. Jean-Michel Basquiat. He was a big painter back in the 1980s. Unfortunately, he, like Andy Warhol, is no longer with us. But this is one of his paintings. I forget the title. I don't sealed up on the back. But this is one of his style paintings. He did a lot of kind of radical, dramatic paintings. You know, I love all styles of art. I love modern art. I love classic art. I tend to be more of a modern art person, you know, but I love it all. You know, I really do. Pure Grace is crazy Andy. We knew him. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Uh-huh. Billy Mayer says, Psych Bob, why don't you ask for the Palladians' help? Maybe they can protect you. Well, believe me, I'm calling on all of heaven right now, you know. The thing is, from a spiritual place, which you guys want to understand, the spirit will protect us. Like right now, I'm being protected because a lot worse could be happening, honestly, because the people who are sabotaging my broadcast actually have an agenda to kill me. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But, you know, I've been kept safe from that. So a little technical problem, it's minor in the bigger scope of things. So I am being protected. But, you know, when you're under attack, what you want to remember is always call on the higher powers and call on your higher self, you know. Um, you know, the thing is, people say to me sometimes, well, Bob, why does the divine allow evil into the world? Well, it all comes back to free will. Every person on earth is given free will. You can use that free will to do good or to do evil. Now, those who choose to do evil, they don't get the blessings of the higher powers. And yes, they can do evil, but they'll never succeed ultimately. You know, evil has a punch. Like tonight, they're punching me, okay, messing up my show. But do they ultimately win? No. So we have to kind of keep that bigger picture in mind. That's what's really important, you know. Meerkat Cage says they do, look like it said bead art. I'm not sure if I saw that correctly. Oh, Sarah Piret's here. Hi, Sarah. Hey, I can finally make it here live because it's Easter Monday in New Zealand, so I'm off work. Oh, yay. We don't have Easter Monday in the States. I like that idea, though. Anyways. Yeah, well, legal stuff may come down as a result of this, yes. Um, oh, Crystal Rain Gibson writes, says, Happy Easter, Psychic Bob. I hope you have a good chocolate bunnies and a great Easter dinner. I did have a great Easter dinner today. I went to, actually, I had Vietnamese today. I was in an exotic food mood, so I went to a Vietnamese restaurant, and it was really great. You know, I went next door to Rite Aid because I thought, oh, it's Easter. All the Easter chocolate will be on sale. Guess what? They pulled all the Easter displays. I don't know what that was about. It wasn't like they sold out. But I asked them, I said, where's the Easter bunnies? They said, oh, well, we've taken that off display now. And I thought, well, it's Easter Day. People might need a last minute gift. But anyways, I couldn't get any Easter chocolate today. So that's all right. Maybe tomorrow I'll go to CVS. Ooh, that's a scary prospect, isn't it? For those of you who are new here, you don't know what I'm talking about. I have an ongoing drama with CVS. It seems no matter when I go to that store, I always have some crazy people throwing things, freaking out. There was a robbery there. I mean, just crazy stuff, you know. So I always bite my nails thinking, God, I got to go in that crazy store. Today I went to Rite Aid. Anyways, I'm not being sponsored by any of these stores. I have to say that, okay? Um, anyways, somebody write Dionysus Ortiz. Hi, Dionysus writes, hey, Bob, what do you think of star seeds? Have a happy Easter. You know, star seeds are advanced souls. You know, in the cosmos, we all go through our journey. And star seeds are people who have a deep soul connection to the cosmos, who have lived on other worlds. And I believe star seed children have been seeded into the earth. A lot of them are connected to ancient Lemuria and to the Pleiadians. And star seeds are here to help awaken people. You know, as I've always said it, in the coming years, we're going to have an awareness, particularly that life is out there in the cosmos. And star seeds are kind of the advanced forerunners of that. They're here to remind us that there's more than just this earth, and life is bigger than just what we think. So yeah, I believe in star seeds, absolutely, you know. Don Chance says, check out the chocolate at, oops, let me see, I can't see it here. Lagan Marchino's Confectionery. I don't know that one. I have to look that up. Okay, thank you. I'm always up for a new chocolate binge. You know, I used to live near this store years ago. It was called Garfinkel's. It was a very posh store, kind of like Saks Fifth Avenue. And they had an entire Godiva chocolate counter in their store. And they served fresh Godiva chocolates, like it was in refrigerated cases. We used to go there, me and my friends, and, you know, just to buy one little piece, it was like $3 a piece. Now that was a lot of money back in this was in the 1980s, okay? But I tell you, we get a piece of that Godiva. Oh, it was heaven. I still love Godiva. I'm not being endorsed by Godiva. I have to say that also. You know, YouTube has all these rules. You got, if you say a brand name, you got to clarify it's not an endorsement. So I'm not endorsed by Godiva, but personally, Psych Bob loves them. Yeah. Sarah Pinette says that they did a 3-day water fast so they could rest and detox. I think that's really good. You know, I think our bodies do need to detox. I think we need rest. You know, we work all of our organs. You know, our digestion never really gets a break. And I think that fasting is good. You know, the great masters all taught about that. So I think that's wonderful. Congrats for you. Hi, Miss Texas. Oh, let me see here. You have to forgive me, guys. My vision's not so good. Miss Texas SB. Hi from Texas. Yay. Hello, Texas. Hello, Miss SB. Texas SB. Angela Longren's here. Hi, Angela. Good to see you. Antoine LeVay's here. Antoine says, guys, I thought witches don't celebrate Easter. Well, you know, Antoine, technically witches don't. But a lot of us came from Christian backgrounds. And, you know, the Wicca doesn't say that when you join it, you have to denounce all your old beliefs or deities. So there are many Wiccans who say, well, Jesus is an aspect of the God. I don't think that's so crazy. I think the God takes many forms. Jesus could be a form. I believe personally Mary is the goddess. Now, I know that's controversial. A lot of Wiccans don't agree with that, but that's what I believe. And there's a whole theology behind that, which I could go into, which would take 2 hours. But so, you know, today for me, I do recognize Easter simply because I think that the story of the God is always reappearing on the earth. And Jesus is one of the more recent apparitions of the God. So is Jesus the God? Why not? You know, I think the God is bigger than any one person or name. I think it manifests throughout the whole cosmos in many forms. So, hi, Gav. Gav said that he went hiking and camping. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Wow. Congrats. That sounds great. I love it. Okay, Shadowlander, yo, Bob, I sent you a pic of my current rhinestone pin. Okay, I can't open my email right now because my system is really unstable, and there's a lot of problems. So if I try to open programs, I'm going to crash out the broadcast. So I will look at my email later. But thank you so much. I look forward to seeing that. I love to see people's creations, you know. Hi, Matt. Matt B's here. Hi, Billy. Good to see you. Chilled Fox is here. Hello, welcome. Ashley McKenzie said that she attended a sweat lodge ceremony yesterday. Oh, that sounds wonderful. You know, I wanted to do that. I have a brother who lives in New Mexico, and he does that sometimes. He goes to those sweat lodges. Hey, Cindy M is here all the way from Los Angeles. Hey, Cindy, thank you for being here. It's good to see you. There's Angela's in our chat. At least we got Lady Angela via chat. Thank you, God, for that. Hi, Kristen. Kristen Aldridge said that she took my advice about going out for walks and not staying indoors. Yes, I agree, hun. Mother Nature is healing. You know, I'm so glad. You know, guys, like I like to say, you know, the craft is about connecting back to the earth, however you want to do it. I find walking in nature really helps me. You know, it's funny when you get out and walk, like you see so much that you miss. When you jump in a car and zip around, it's like the world flies by you, you know. And I'm not against cars. I love cars. In fact, I was looking at a vintage Cadillac recently. I love Cadillacs. It's like my favorite car. And I saw a 1974 Cadillac sedan DeVille, you know, leather seats, big, just luxurious. I just love old cars. And I tell you, I was so tempted to push that buy button. It was on eBay. And I thought, oh, don't get into that. It was a little too pricey, you know. Even the old cars are getting expensive now. But anyways, will I ever get a car? You know, probably Billy asked that question, will I ever get a car? Right now, honestly, where I live in a very urban area, and I don't need a car. For me, a car has been a big expense and a hassle because the cost of payments, the cost of insurance, and then you have to pay city taxes and all. When my car died several years ago, and I had a financial advisor, and she said, "Bob, do you have to have a car now?" I said, "No, where I live, I don't." She said, "I don't want you to get a car." She said, "Why don't you go a year without a car and invest the money back into your business?" So I put it into developing my psychic practices. Maybe, you know, I am a full-time psychic medium. And that extra money I saved allowed me to hire an assistant, get my office, get things going. So you know, after a year went by, I thought, gee, I don't really miss having a car. So I don't know if I ever will buy a car. If I do buy a car, I'm definitely going to buy me a Cadillac, a vintage Cadillac. I love the old ones from the 70s and 80s. You know, that's what I want to buy. And if I don't get that, then I'll get a Mercedes. I love a Mercedes too. There's a Mercedes dealer. Now, again, I'm not being endorsed by Cadillac or Mercedes. There's a Mercedes dealer right by my house. I walk by it all the time. I'm like, oh. Anyways, and you know, they're getting more affordable. They have these great financing deals. But so right now, Psychic Bob's not spending money on a car. Yeah, Christian Druid 1313 doesn't have a car either. So, you know. Tika asks, he says, Psychic Bob, why don't you have the office anymore? Do you work from home more? People are working from home these days. I don't remember if I told you guys that story, but basically, my office was shut down. The landlord that I rented from had a disagreement with the building, the owner of the building that our office was in, and they canceled everybody's lease in the building. And I was notified, well, sorry, your lease is canceled. And, you know, the way lease laws are, they can cancel at any time. I actually was happy about that because I wasn't getting as much business at the office. So I do most of my work now. Literally 90% of my work is outside the area because a lot of my local people who used to come to the office have moved away because Washington's a transit town. And it's also, you know, a lot of people, even locals, don't want to drive because the city's so much congestion. So a lot of people, even local, switch to doing phone or Skype reading. So the money I spent on that office is very expensive. I loved it. I had a great 10-year run at that office. I was there for 10 years. Can you believe that? If you go back and look at my videos, you can see I filmed a lot of those at the office. But right now, I'm working out of my home. I don't, you know, I don't really need an office. So anyways, yeah. Melissa's like, damn, that's a lot of business in there. Yeah. Yeah, I've been a psychic for, well, professionally working over 20 years. But full time, it's been about 12 years now that I've been working full time. So, and it's funny, I was already a full time psychic when I started YouTube. And YouTube for me was really, it's interesting. It was just an experiment. And if you guys go into my video queue, you can sort the videos by oldest first. You'll see my very first video. And I have to tell you, it's so hilarious because I didn't know how to do videos then. And I was very nervous. And the thing is with video cameras, you can retake stuff if you mess it up, or unless you're doing live broadcasts like this. But it's so interesting because I didn't know how to do videos. And if you watch that, I look very uptight. I watch it, I'm like, oh God, how did I ever make it on YouTube? It's kind of funny. Anyways, Meerkat Cages, am I a religious person? I like to think of myself as a spiritual person. Spirituality means you have a belief in a higher power, but you don't get caught up in the rules. So I'm very liberal. I don't believe in rules, I'm spiritual. Okay, not religious in the traditional sense of the word. Okay. Alice Apple says, do you know anything about familiars? Good question. Familiars are animal guides. They're usually an animal that's incarnate, like a pet. It would be a cat or a dog or a bird. And the old days, the witches, used to talk to animals. Now, what you have to remember is nowadays in modern Western culture, we have pets and talk to them. But back in the Middle Ages, you might have a dog, but it was more of a guardian, and you didn't really hang out with it and bring it in the house. It was usually kept outside. But witches were kind of different because they'd bring their animals in the house and treat them like family. And this is what led to some people being charged with witchcraft because people in those days didn't have this concept that animals and humans could relate. Animals were, by the Catholic Church teaching of the time, without souls. They were just products of nature with no soul life. But when they would see a witch interact with an animal, they would say, that animal and that witch are talking, how is that possible? And see, that's because the people at the time didn't understand that animals have a soul. And so that's why, they became accused of working with evil spirits. And they started saying pets are evil, especially cats, were thought to be evil. That's where the whole tradition comes of the black cat and the witch. But animal familiars generally are pets. So, they can be any animal. They don't necessarily have to be a pet. Like one of my familiars is the raven. And a lot of times when I'm out, a raven will come and land and talk to me, literally in front of me. So any connection with an animal that you encounter on Earth can be a familiar, you know. Kristen Aldrich says, can you read pets? Yes, I do a lot of readings for people's pets. And that is something I have done. And I do. And it's interesting. I also sometimes get messages from animals in the spirit world. When I first started out years ago, I had a lady come in for a reading. I'll tell you this story. And she sat down in my chair and I was talking to her about, her aura and different things. And I heard my spirit guide said, oh, you have some spirit people here. And I said, oh, great, we're send them through. And what did I see? I didn't see a person walk through. I saw a head of a horse literally come through the wall and staring at me like this close. I was like, whoa. And I'm like looking, I'm like, what the hell? I never seen an animal come through. And I looked at the lady and I said, I don't know who your guides are right now, but I can tell you you've got a horse here in spirit. It's a brown horse with a white streak down its nose. And the lady started crying. She said, that's my horse. He died a year ago. And she said, I was coming for a reading, hoping he would come through. Well, let me tell you, that was amazing for me as well as it was for her because I was able to describe him. I got his name, and he literally was in the room with us. What an amazing, it was a very wonderful reading, very healing experience, So, yeah, I do read for pets. And also people have live pets. If they have a pet that's injured or ill, I do readings on that, where the problem is in the current pet. So, yes, I do that. Kimmy D says, I have 4 rescues and have had dogs show up at my house for no reason. See, you have a soul connection. Animals, those are your familiars, you know. Thank you, Darkwads. It was an amazing experience, I have to tell you, you know. Sin 1982. Hi, welcome. Sin 1982 says, my Reiki teacher told me my spirit guide was a horse. I believe that. See, animals can be guides as well. They're called totems usually. The average person has about 30 to 40 guides. So they're going to have, human guides. They also can have animal guides. So, yeah, absolutely. I believe you, and I know that's accurate. Okay. Sarah Pruitt says, horse is my totem animal as well. Yay. I love it. And Raven Moth says, yay, love ravens. I love ravens. And it's funny, your name, Raven Moth. I also love moths. I have, and I am not joking, a psychic link to moths. I think it's something from past life. I don't know, but I can literally go out and literally call moths to me and have them land on my arm. And I had this lady one time, I was walking down the street and I was talking to a moth. I know it sounds crazy, but there was a moth up in the tree. And this lady walks by, she said, what are you doing? I said, look at this. It was a giant moth like that big. I said, look at that massive moth. She said, oh, that's beautiful. I said, yeah, I'm talking to her. And I said, I have a psychic connection to moths. And she says, oh, I don't believe that. That's crazy. Like, I didn't know this. Like, she was a stranger, so I don't blame her for being a little weirded out or skeptical. And I said to that, I said, no, I said, I really do have a connection. This moth understands me. And right after I said that, that moth came down and literally landed right on my shoulder in front of her and turned its body around and adjusted itself. So it was facing straight out and it stayed on my shoulder. And the lady was like, oh my God, how'd you do that? I said, I'm telling you, it's the truth. I have this connection to moths. So Raven Moth, I love your name. Or Moth Raven, I'm sorry. I don't know if I got it backwards. Kimmy D says, do you think animals can understand what we're saying? Yes, they may not understand the full English language, like animals understand certain words, but they can feel our emotion and our intent. And I believe that, and sometimes our words and our intent translates into their mind, into their language. So yes. Billy Mayer says, do you have a psychic link to the Mothman? I hope not. I'm not that Mothman's kind of scary. For those of you who don't know what Mothman is, there's up in West Virginia, not far from where I live, about 2.5, 3 hours away. There is an area where a giant man, he was like a man, but he was half man, half moth, appeared to people. And he would literally terrorize people in this town. He was an alien, they believe, But I haven't connected to him yet. Dark Magician, thank you for your prayers. Dark Magician said that they're praying to Lakshmi on my behalf. And they're also meditating on gratitude for their practice. I think that's wonderful. I'm so touched that people, remember me and pray for me. I tell you, the only reason I'm here still and on live and on Earth and on YouTube is because of the prayers. And I credit so many of you out there because it helps me an awful lot. And I do thank all of you. Thank you. Shield Fox says, I love all animals, although I'm still working on my relationship with insects. I feel the same way about insects. I have a little bit of an anxiety around spiders still, but not as bad as it used to be. We have to have compassion in all life, my dad used to tell me when I was a kid, he said, I used to see bugs. He said, I'd say, I'm going to kill that bug. My dad said, why are you going to kill that bug? What did it do to you? I said, well, nothing, but it's ugly. It scares me. And my dad said to me, he said, you ever think that bug thinks you're ugly and that you scare it? And I thought, wow. Like, he gave me a whole different perspective. And I stopped killing bugs because of that. Back Road Bounty, hello, welcome. My dogs look at something above and around me all the time. I will be looking at my dog. She's looking above my head and following something with her eyes and head that I cannot see. Animals are very psychic back, Ruby. That's usually them seeing your spirit guides or protectors around you. A lot of times, literally, you see in the cartoons how angels hover on the shoulders of people. Well, there's actually a little bit of truth to that. It may not be the good angel and the bad angel, but we have guides that are always with us. And usually, wherever we are, we have a doorway connection to the other side, you see. And this is one of the things that the craft teaches us, that we are not separate from the ultimate reality. There are some religions that will tell you you're evil, you have no connection to God, you're just hellbound. I don't believe that. I think we come from over there. I think we're part of life here, and it's all interwoven. So your dogs are seeing the doorway around you to spirit and the guides. That's what I see. Yeah. Gav, I did not know this. Gav wrote, he says, I own a 4-foot corn snake. Oh, I actually love snakes, Gav. I think in one of my former lives, I lived down in Louisiana in the voodoo country, because down there, they used to have voodoo dances and they would dance with the snake. And they called the snake Le Grand Zombie. And it was a way to honor, the god and the goddess. They used to ancient African snake worship. So I love snakes. I think snakes are signs of rejuvenation, of eternal life, because they shed their skin. They represent reincarnation, and they represent the goddess and ancient wisdom as well. Yeah. Oh, Melissa's got to go. Melissa, thanks for visiting with us tonight. Thank you. Happy Easter and peace and blessings to you. Thank you so much. It's wonderful. For those of you who study the craft, it's a wonderful experience to, have that moment of awareness where I call it cosmic consciousness. And maybe some of you have this where you walk out and suddenly you just feel that like the whole connection of life. Have you ever had that where like you're one with the trees, you're one with the ground, you're one with the animals? It's like there's this interlinking, And I think that Wicca as a faith brings you to a place where you can appreciate that and have that experience. And if you've never had that, that the secret is get out and walk. Sometimes changing our routine gives us a perspective. Like you might want to get up and watch the sunrise. Now, for me, that would be hard because I usually don't get up till 9 o'clock every day. But you know what? I think with summer and the days getting longer, I'm going to get up early and watch the sunrise. Like changing your routine sometimes allows you to have experiences that give you a greater connection to the cosmos. I used to live in an apartment years ago where I faced east and I was up on a top floor and I had a big balcony and the whole front of the condo was glass. And I would watch the moon rise, big and full, come through my window. And I'd turn off all my lights. And literally, it was like the moon was outside my window, so bright. It would flood my whole apartment in silver light. Beautiful, beautiful experience, In fact, I wrote about that experience in, which book was it? I think it's Psyche Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom. Let me see if it's this one. I can't remember. No, I think it's in Psyche Bob's Book of Spells. Let me see. One of them I wrote about watching the moon rise. I've written so many books over the years. By the way, for those of you who are new here, I am also, besides a full-time psychic, I am a published author. And I have a number of books. In fact, if you pop to my website, psychicbob.com, you can see my books. Psychic Bob's Book of Spells, Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom, Ouija Mysteries, the Spirit Board Seances, Messages from Rose. All of these and a few others are over at my website. So definitely check that out, okay? Oh my God. Gav said that his snake his wife, one time knocked over a full box of crickets. Oh, Gav, I know that was an adventure. I haven't had this love affair with crickets. I got to tell you a story about that, Gav. I used to live in a little basement apartment. This is like probably 25 years ago. And I had a pet cricket. The cricket, I had a fireplace in this place, and a cricket somehow came through the fireplace. And I'm not joking. Every night when I get ready for bed, the cricket would come out and sit with me. And I put a little plate of food out for it, and it would eat. And then it would come in my bedroom, and it would sit at the foot of my bed. No, I'm not. I know that sounds crazy, but it really happened. So I love crickets, but I don't know if I want a whole house of them. I bet you were in trouble, Gab. Oh my gosh. Oh, Brooke, thank you so much. Brooke just said that she loves Psychic Bob's Book of Spells. Thank you so very much. I'm so glad you read that. Um, yeah, okay. Gav says, Bob, our house was just mad for months. They were baby crickets too. Oh my God. What an adventure, you know? Billy Mayer has a question. Says, what does it mean to see a knight in your dreams? And he's knight with a K, like a noble knight. Well, you know, Billy, I would say to you, what does a knight mean to you? Now, that could be a spirit guide coming to you. Or I'm going to tell you, I think that seeing a knight in your dreams is also a sign that you are embracing growth in your life. Because a knight means the most noble and honorable qualities. And so it means that you're coming into a time where you are taking on a greater role and a greater responsibility. So I think that's an acknowledgement of you growing as a person. Hope that helps. That's a good question, though, you know. G Dog says they love the sound of crickets. I imagine that you know, Gavin Hines can tell you a lot about that. Yeah. Matt B says, Bob, have you ever read the Book of Enoch? It's pretty interesting stuff. I have done a little bit of reading of the Book of Enoch. It is fascinating because it kind of tells, correct me if I'm wrong, but it tells about the kind of the story of creation that is beyond what you just read in Genesis. And it's kind of prophetic as well and shows how things are playing out on the cosmic scale. I have a little bit of familiarity with it, but I should do more study on it. Yeah. Backroad Beauty says, I've been seeing 44 and 444 for the past 3 to 4 years all the time. Somebody told me that this means fortitude. Yes, 4 means strength and balance, and it means support. It means you're not alone and that you're going to have success. So that's a very good number to see 4, any form of 4. Absolutely. They told you correctly. Okay. Very nice. Okay, Carolina R writes, Psychic Bob, have you ever tried D Live? Oops, it's in Ulnerife. It's in Alrenar. I'm sorry, I don't understand your thing. If it's a place to go hang out, I'm always open to that. You know, but you know, when we talk about signs and symbols, such as dreams, such as numbers, consider that the cosmos loves you and wants to support you and will give you signs and symbols and messages. You know, some people say to me, well, Psychic Bob, I don't have any psychic connection. I don't see anything. I never have an experience. And I always say to these people, I said, well, I think the universe is sending you such, but you just haven't learned how to see them yet. And see, to see the signs of the spirit world means that we have to slow down. We have to look within. We have to develop a rapport with the other side. We have to develop a concept and a consciousness that says, maybe I could receive. And if you start to be open to that, you'll start to see the signs and symbols, you know. Luke Daigle writes, what are some good tips and tricks to scry with the crystal ball? Thank you. I love crystal balls. In fact, I have a little crystal ball. I have a lot of crystal. I collect them. But I have a little one right here on my table today that I always keep. And the secret to crystal balls is, first of all, relax. So many people feel like they have to make it intense. Like they're like, oh, don't do that. Just relax with it. Dim lighting is also better for you. I'd say dim the lights, and if you can, just have a candle light, because a lot of bright light can be distracting, and both of those will help you go a long way. But relaxing, softer lighting, and just let it come. Don't force anything, you know. Another thing you can do with crystal balls is also practice visualizing. Like imagine like seeing, we'll use this as your favorite car. Okay, so like I love Cadillacs, right? So I might visualize in my mind seeing my favorite Cadillac, and then see if I can project that image into the ball, and like look at it as if it's inside the ball. This will help open your third eye, your scrying abilities as well. So that's another technique. Okay, I could talk 6 hours on that, but hopefully that helps you a little bit. Okay. Yeah, you know, Gab, I'm looking at other network options. I may have to do that. So, yeah. T Rose Lover, actually, somebody else talked to me about Facebook as well, and that's something I'm looking into also. So, yeah, I may have to go off of YouTube, at least for our Sunday show, if they can't fix this issue, you know. So, yeah. Yes, I'm open to alternative platforms at this point. Yes. You're welcome, Luke. I'm so glad I was able to answer your question. Well, I tell you guys, I'm going to wrap this up now. It's almost 9 o'clock, and I am so glad you guys joined me tonight. Sorry for the technical problems, but it's fun to come here and be with you anyways. And Lady Angela, thanks for joining us in the chat. I'm so sorry we couldn't get you on tonight. But listen, guys, make sure to keep it here at Spirit Channel, okay? We always got more coming. Tomorrow is Monday, and that means we're going to have Psyche Bob's astrological forecast. What is coming in the following week, what's in the stars for you, so make sure to be here, okay? Now, if you get a chance, please go over to rarewiccaspells.com and check it out. Lady Angela owns that store. She sells wonderful custom-made books of shadows. They're lovely. So definitely check that out, okay? And she sells spells over there. If you want to get your magical life going, go to rarewiccaspells.com and she'll help you. You can write her over there as well. She has an email link, and you can get things going in your life. You can buy magical charms. You can buy spell books. You can buy supplies, chalices, athames, wands, all of that. So definitely go check that out, okay? But guys, thank you for being here tonight. And please, if you get a chance, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, visit my website, www.psychicbob.com. That link will be in the box below. And if you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, I'll be happy to do that. And I do those by telephone or Skype. You can call my office number, 703-825-3929. And we'll get you on the schedule. I still have a few openings this week. It's filling up quickly, but I'd love the chance to read for you. And for those of you who are new or don't know, a private reading is you and me one-on-one for a full hour. So you're going to get Psyche Bob's undivided attention. And we're going to look at your whole soul journey, your past, your present, your future, your spirit guides. I bring over messages from deceased friends and loved ones. We look at your karmic links, we look at your past lives. We look at your life themes, your mission, what you're here to do. We see if you're on track for your chart. And I answer all of your questions. So if you want to get on my schedule for a reading, give me a call. That's the easiest way to reach me, rather than email, which can get lost. Call me at my office. And by the way, while you're here, just put my phone number in your cell phone right now. Put it under Psychic Bob. 703-825-3929. And if you want to get a reading, give me a call and I'll explain more about my readings and we'll get you on the schedule if you want to do that, okay? I do charge for private readings. That it is my full-time work, okay? So I can't do this for free. But I cover an awful lot for the hour, and I think you guys would enjoy it, those of you who are interested. So anyways, look me up, put me in your phone, and let's connect. Well, guys, thank you for being here tonight. Again, apologize for the technical problems, but I had a great time, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. Good night, Kathy. Good to see you. Thank you, Carolina R., for being here. Thank you for staying up late, Gab. Thank you, Jada B. Blessings to you. Thank you, Meerkat Cage. Good to see you. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Mabel T. You guys are rock. Well, guys, listen, we'll see you back here tomorrow for my weekly astrology forecast. You don't want to miss it. Until then, may all of you always blessed be.